friends, and welcome to episode 122 of the Kiss Army Nation podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Pasquale Veri.
And I am Claudio Spera. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Tonight, it's just Claudio and I, no guests. Why? Okay, so here's the deal. As our listeners know, our show has always been about the fans, right? Learning about their passions, focusing on their creations of KISS-related projects, promoting those who have directly contributed to KISStory. And yeah, once in a while, we like to discuss various KISS-related topics. As you know, we are not a news show. We really want our show to focus on our guests. But lately, we've been getting a lot of requests to do a current events episode. So, your wish is our command. On this episode, we're going to focus on the current events and announcements of the past few months.
You know, this is great, Pasc. You know, I think we never, since we started, we never had the chance to kind of be just you and I, you know, doing this kind of stuff. And as you said in the intro, of course, we love having fans and we love having, you know, interviews and all of that. But I think we deserve, you know, having this time just for the two of us and go through some of the ongoing stuff in the KISS world. So, but I think before we begin our episode, we would like to do something that we don't often do, but on us. We should do it more often and send out some shout outs to our big supporters. So to start with, a huge thank you to Xander, Jeb, and Daphne of the Kiss Army Things, Rob and the Carusos of the Right Between the Eyes podcast, our dear friend Matt Porter of the Kiss Room, and Brand Meredith of the In My Head channel.
And if our listeners don't know, you know, all of our graphics and stuff, basically the look of the show, that all comes from Xander. So Xander, thank you so much for all the hard work that you put into our promos, our graphics. And I know I'm a pain in the butt. Can I have this now? Can you change this? Can you change that? You know, Xander, man, that guy is so patient. So thank you so much for everything you do for the show. We also want to thank everyone who comments, sends us emails, and engages with us. Of course, we want to thank all of our incredible guests who have taken the time to come on our show. Without them, there would be no Kiss Army Nation podcast. And please, everyone, continue to comment, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Continue to support our incredible guests.
Nicely said. So, all right, Pasc. So as you promised, let's begin our current events episode. And let's begin with a huge rumor that has been circulating online and the possible selling of the KISS catalog. What a huge topic to start with. So what do you have to say about that?
That could be an episode in itself. There's so much that can be said about this, but to cover it in a few minutes, it's not going to be easy, but let's give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first of all, we've been talking about this for a while now, the KISS fans, amongst ourselves on chat groups, on podcasts and stuff, you know, and it's always been said, what would it be like if KISS sold their catalog to, you know, maybe Disney or some big company like that, right? But now that there's this possible rumor that that's actually going to happen, that they're going to sell their catalog, now I think we're starting to wonder, well, who is going to buy that catalog?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a difference between their music catalog and the rights to their makeup?
Mm-hmm.
So do you buy one or the other? Do you buy both? I don't know. I thought Universal had the rights to their music.
Yeah.
So they're not selling their music. It's already been sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is why they created that record of, they redid a lot of their songs so that they own the rights to it.
Yeah.
So I guess what we're talking about here is selling their rights to their makeup, right? And should that go to a big company like Disney? Does Disney really deal with rock bands or music?
Yeah.
I don't think they do. I've never seen anything like it.
No.
With the Disney Channel, with Disney in general. So how can Disney deal with KISS?
Yeah.
You know, an example of that is the Indiana Jones franchise. which was sold to Disney. The franchise was sold pretty late in the game. All they had time to release was Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah.
Where are they going to go from there? Is the franchise going to continue? Is the Indiana Jones universe could continue? Or does it just stop there?
Yeah.
And especially because the movie didn't do so well financially at the box office, is it going to continue? Is that what we could expect from KISS? That it's something that they're going to buy, release a couple of things and go, well, this doesn't work, and it ends there, or they made their money back and it ends there? I don't know.
Yeah.
The next question is, would they sell the catalog, or would a fan buy their catalog? Somebody with the money and the means actually buy the rights to the makeup? And if they did, would they actually use it, or would they sit on it? Because we all know there are KISS hoarders out there that have stuff that we've never seen before. And they don't release it because it's a one-of-a-kind, unique item that it's for them not to be shared.
Yeah.
Is this going to be an example of that? I don't know. I'm a little worried of where this is going to go and what this means for future releases.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what it means for music specifically, because this rumor started with the idea that no box sets right now are being released, or on hold.
Yep.
The soundboards are on hold. But doesn't Universal have the rights to that? I don't understand why the music is on hold.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this idea, number one, it's very final, because it's saying to us that really it's the end. And you're seeing KISS fans sell their collection. You're seeing Gene sell his collection, and now this is happening. They're getting rid of their stuff. They're selling off their music and or their makeup rights. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it.
You know, there's I think there's more and more signs every day. Well, maybe I don't have to say every day, but every week we have some new flavor of this being really the end. Okay, so it all started off with the end of the road, and then saying, no KISS cruise, and then a big stop to releases of the soundboard and box sets. We remember we had one of the episodes with the Carusos, and we were talking about last year. Remember, so many releases. We were out of pocket. We were investing so much money on KISS products, and 2023, it's been completely different. And then we did all kind of assumptions, saying, well, the band is concentrating on the end of the road and the shows and blah blah blah. But this is really strange. KISS has always kept fans used to stuff being released all the time, for anniversaries and all of that. So let me touch quickly on what you mentioned at the very beginning. I'm not an expert on this, far from it. But I remember back in 2022, I remember reading on some of the music magazines, interviews with Gene and Paul talking about, selling the catalog. Even at that time, it's been almost a year and a half. And then I remember reading, threads on KISS sites and KISS blogs and forums saying, no, the catalog has already been sold to Universal. Then some other people were saying, no, hold on a minute. The Universal, they took over what Polygram used to have, but the catalog has not been sold. And then it all ended up, I don't know, I don't have the answer whether or not it's been sold already. But what it is true is that in one of the interviews, Gene made it very, very clear that the big difference between, let's say, Bruce Springsteen selling his catalog, or Bob Dylan, or some of the other guys, the difference with KISS is that it's not only the music. So now I think this is what we're talking about. I think we're talking about the trademark. I think we're talking about the branding and all that comes with it. So now I think whether or not the music has been sold already, I think that's a second point. The big point that you made before, it's first, I'm sure that Kiss is going to sell, you know, the branding and the trademark and all the products that come with it. Who's going to buy it? Maybe Disney, maybe if it is the trademark, if it is the iconic images, it does make sense that maybe Disney will be one of the companies to buy, you know, the Kiss branding. And they can put it everywhere. But we have to forget that what's the target? So no, there's not going to be people like, you know, buying Mickey Mouse stuff at the same time as buying, you know, a Gene Simmons, you know, action figure or something like that. I don't think so. Kiss is still a rock band, and the target audience will still be rockers and people who love music. So at some point in time, it will still have to be related to music. So again, I don't have a final answer to this. There's still a lot of unknowns. What it is true is this is another sign that our favorite band, they're wrapping up things, you know. So this is really the final stuff.
I believe if the legacy of Kiss is going to continue, and I agree with you, it needs to be with the music. So whether or not they're planning to sell the catalog or not, I don't even know what's going on with that. They should still be able to release more off the soundboards or more box sets. I don't see why they wouldn't do that. I'm still firm in the belief that they're holding off because of the final shows. Okay. And because I think they've got something big planned for their 50th.
You think so?
In the new year. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. It makes no sense to me that they're holding off with these products because of the possible sale of their catalog. And what's going to happen when their 50th year comes in? Nothing happens. Nothing is released. Absolutely not. They have to do something big for that. And I'm telling you, I have a strong suspicion the box set is going to be the first album, and they're going to do some incredible stuff with that, with the Wicked Lester demos, and it's going to be freaking incredible.
That could be awesome, man.
And then let's get started with this with the soundboards. They're going to come out with some really cool stuff to celebrate their 50th year, and by then, hypothetically, they're done, right, touring. Yeah, and they want to keep the momentum going, so they're going to do everything possible to keep that momentum going, and they have to release the music. After the end of the road, they have to start releasing box sets, vinyl, CDs.
I really hope so.
Music. No one cares about Scooby-Doo #2 or whatever. No, ultimately, they don't care.
I really hope so. No, and it's valid. You know, I'm with you on this one. You know, I get it. So after the guys, they did a bunch of shows in Europe. They took well-deserved, you know, vacations, and they're doing some sporadic appearances, you know, here and there. I hope that by the time they get back on the road for the second leg, you know, in the US, or second, I don't know if second, third, fourth leg already in the US, the last leg, you know, for the end of the road. I hope that they start giving us some teasers, you know, because we're so used to it. And if everything that you said, it's going to happen, and you know, hopefully so, I only hope that they can start giving us, you know, a little bit of dropping, you know, ideas and giving us hope that music will continue to be released in any way or form, you know, box sets, off the soundboard, whatever, you know, anniversaries stuff. But I think this is all we want. So fans were really happy with the release of box sets and off the soundboard. So let's hope they continue that venue. Let's hope for that.
Well, I think Kiss knows their audience. They know Kiss fans. And if I consider myself a typical Kiss fan, right now, to answer your question and what you're saying, I don't care what's going to happen after December 2nd. My focus is on those two shows, right? Yeah. So hypothetically, if there was something planned that I was going to after December 2nd, that would be far in the distance in my mind, no matter what it is. And I think Kiss knows this, right? Yeah. So after December 2nd, we are going to be bombarded. Watch. Okay. We're going to be bombarded.
I love it, man. Yeah.
That's what I believe.
God listens to you. Yeah.
That's what I believe. And hell, it's going to be Christmas. we're
Yeah,
going
that's
to
right.
be bombarded. Wait, you'll
That's
see.
right.
You'll see.
That's right. Start saving
Start
money.
saving. Exactly. Exactly. I'm really pumped tonight. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's the coffee, but I'm pumped. Let's go. Okay, let's move on to our next current event. And I'm really excited about this one. It's the announcement, albeit the unofficial announcement, of Evan Stanley and his band, Amber Wild, opening for KISS.
Yes, sir.
So, excited? What do you think?
Well, that shocked me a bit. To be honest with you, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even think that was a possibility. Of course, we discussed many times, our wish, our dream to have maybe, Bruce's band opening up for KISS or some of the latest shows. Well, that's not going to happen, of course. Now we have the confirmation that Mr. Evan Stanley with his band Amber Wild will be opening up for KISS in the last leg of the U.S. tour on the end of the road, and I have mixed feelings on this, Pask. Even though I really like Evan and his style and what they do, I took the time to listen to some of the stuff that he's making with Amber Wild. I don't know. I think in my view, it's like a family event now. It's becoming more a family event. Paul, putting his son there, opening up for such a huge part of KISStory. So these guys, they're wrapping up their live performances, and we know that they had some huge opening bands, over time. You name it, everybody, Maiden, AC/DC, Motley, everybody. Look, I get it. Paul does whatever he wants now. Whether or not the band will be at the level of delivering the goods in a show like this, I think I doubt it. I doubt it. I think that they could be, good musicians. They could do some good rocking, but I don't think they have the credentials or the pedigree to be an opening band for KISS at this specific point in time in KISStory, if you know what I mean. They could be opening it, in other tours, that's fine. But the last leg of the last tour ever, I think it's a bit too much for this band.
Would you be more comfortable if the Dives opened up for KISS?
Yes, I think so. Yes. That's a really good question, and I thought about it. Even though I couldn't be completely thrilled, but I could be more okay with having the Dives than this new band. Yeah. What do you think? What's your take on this one?
Well, first of all, I saw Evan play on Kiss Cruise 4, I believe, with Tommy Thayer, and he just completely blew me away. That guy could play, and dare I say, better than Dad. So here's the thing. I love seeing opening bands at a concert because it introduces me to new music.
Yeah.
I mean, I was introduced to Thunder Mother through the Scorpions, for example. And I love that. And I bought so many of their albums. We interviewed one of the members here on the show. It's awesome, But for the final shows, personally, I would rather have no opening act and just have KISS come on, right?
Oh, look at that.
But hold on. That's just under the assumption that it's any other band. I've often said, wouldn't it be nice if Cheap Trick opened up for KISS? Or maybe one of the bands that opened up for them previously and now are coming full circle and opening up for them again. That'd be cool. But you know what? No, I would rather no opening act and just a band. But upon hearing that Evan will be opening up for KISS, I got excited because it's Paul Stanley's son, it's special. How
Okay.
cool is that? Evan Stanley, Paul Stanley's son, is opening up for Kiss. That's different. That's special. That's unique. And we're gonna have the privilege of being at that show. And it's gonna be a rare one because I doubt he'll be playing many shows.
Mhm.
Someone sent me an email about an opening act in Montreal, and it wasn't Evan. So
Oh,
I'm not sure
oh,
if he's
okay.
doing Canada, if he's just doing the US, or if he's just doing New York. And
Mm,
like I mentioned in the opener, it's an unofficial announcement
it is,
because
yeah.
Paul just mentioned it on Twitter, but there was no mention anywhere else. It wasn't mentioned by the band. It wasn't mentioned by Doc.
Yeah.
And I don't even see it in the, when you go buy tickets now with Evan Stanley, you don't see any of that.
Do you believe that they could be testing the water with this kind of informal announcement to see what the reaction is?
I doubt it.
I doubt it, eh?
That wouldn't be smart. Let's
Yeah,
test the water. If it doesn't work out, he's not going to play. Make up some excuse.
yeah, yeah.
People are not that dumb. No,
To me, yeah, that's interesting what you said about Montreal. I was under the assumption when I saw the Twitter from Paul that first show there in this new last leg till Madison, December the 2nd. I thought that this was going to be the band opening up for them, all of the shows.
He never said that. He
Yeah,
just mentioned that Evan's going to open, but not specifically which shows he's going to open.
yeah.
So basically, when I saw that, I just assumed it was the New York shows only to make that special because everybody's talking about, they're going to do something special for the New York show, And I think this is a good start. It's, the opening act is Paul Stanley's son. It's like we could say that we went to New York. We saw them in Madison Square Garden, and his son opened up for the band. That's to me, that's pretty cool.
That's fine. That's great, and this is the beauty of having conversations like this. And the same happens when we have our discussion panels, with our friends. So each one of us, we have so many different takes. In my book, it's, to me, at least for the last two shows, I would have loved to see something kind of Kiss related, to make it, full circle, to be a Kiss party. If it was not Bruce's band, as you said at the beginning, some of the big bands, that were connected to Kiss early in the game. Of course, Rush is not playing there anymore, but guys like Chip Trick, or some others. I don't know, having Alice Cooper opening up for them. I'm just thinking aloud here, just to have a strong bill and seeing. Yeah, I remember seeing Kiss for the last time, Madison Square Garden, and you know what? Alice Cooper, for instance, opened up for them. Or Chip Trick, those huge bands, that they had such a huge stamp on Kiss from the very beginning, so that's but again, yeah, of course, having Evan there, it's going to make it special too. But you know what, to me it could have been even more special if they had Nick Simmons playing as a guest, in a couple of songs, singing a couple of songs with Evan. So that would be great, man, having Gene's and Paul's, sons there. That would be fantastic, man. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're just dreaming here.
Of course. But to your final point about Alice Cooper, this is how I strongly feel about this. I love Alice Cooper. I've never really seen him live, believe it or not. He came to a monster truck show here in Montreal, and he played a few songs and covers. It wasn't really an Alice Cooper show. I would love to see him live, dying to. I would not want him to open up for Kiss for the final shows because I would be like, okay, get on with it. Where the heck is Kiss?
Yeah, True.
I don't want to do that. But with Evan, it's different.
Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Good. This is fun, man. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go. Let's jump into the third topic. So, although there hasn't been much in terms of Kiss-related releases lately, fans that always, give us what we want, they have released some pretty cool stuff, in the last month or two. Let's take one. Mass Hysteria by Julian Gill. The Demons of Rock Volume 4 by Alain Belisha and Perce Tritt. The single Who Wants to Be Lonely by our dear friend Jean Beauvoir on the Buffalo Rock City 2 CD. And of course, the release of RCMC by our KISS fans and friends of the podcast, Ryan Spencer Cook, Jeremy Asbrook, and Philip Schaus. On to you, Pasc. What do you think about all this new cool stuff that just came out?
Hey, listen, this stuff is just as exciting, if not more exciting, that when KISS releases something.
True.
It really is.
It's true.
I got a preview of the Mass Hysteria at the Cruise Fest where I saw Julian, and I was like blown away by what I saw. And it was at that moment that I really looked forward for this book to come out. And when I got it in my hands, I started reading it right away, and I couldn't stop. I think I read it in 2 days, 3 days,
really?
Max. That's it. I couldn't stop. And I read every single detail, the pictures, everything. I wanted every detail. I wanted to absorb everything in that book. It was so well done. And unlike most of Julian's book, this had color illustrations. It looked beautiful, It was such a pleasure to read. And the end had a cliffhanger, If you want to continue the story, go on to read the book on the Elder. And guess what I'm reading now? I'm on page 400. I can't stop,
So let me just ask you a quick question, because I didn't have the chance yet to put my hands on this book. So this is specifically talking about 1980, right?
Yeah.
This is what it is. So a full book of 1 year in the band, when Eric Carr came on board.
Yeah,
okay?
when Peter left.
Peter left Australia and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. What a story. What a soap opera. What this band went through, and that it just gets worse and worse and worse in the Elder era. And it's like I'm reading a sequel to the soap opera. What a story. What a story. So, kudos to Julian Gill. He always produces, quality stuff. And, I love that guy. He's very humble, but he is really amazing at what he does. He calls himself an amateur. Dude, you're a pro.
No, that's
some
quality
really
stuff.
Good stuff.
Quality stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Demons of Rock, so volume 4. Again, if we're talking quality, if we're talking delivering the goods, our friend Alain Belisha, he got us used to this kind of stuff, man. And then now the Demons of Rock volume 4, it's if I'm not mistaken, I think it consolidates 1,700 covers of KISS magazines and fanzines and you name it. So I don't know how this guy does it. So and not only him, but he has, of course, he's been working with Perce Tritt, but I don't know how these guys put their hands on so much stuff. And the beauty of all of this is that, as I said at the beginning, he's respectful to KISS fans. He delivers the goods on time. When he says something, he basically keeps his promise. And I guess you know what I mean by that. There's so much stuff out there where fans sometimes they get involved in projects that sometimes they become dreams but never come to fruition. In the case of Alain, and we've seen already many books coming from him. They are amazing. So I can't wait to receive mine. This is we went through this past before, so every time Alain released something, we jumped on it right away, and it never ever disappoints.
Imagine being that KISS fan that started off as a fan and now is doing Kiss-related projects, and fans embrace it
Love it.
like it was a Kiss release.
Yeah.
What an honor that is. It really
Oh,
is.
yeah,
And a well-deserved honor, by the way.
Absolutely,
Very
absolutely.
well-deserved.
And what I love about Alain is that he never stops. So because the minute, he announces a release of one book, he's already started working on the next one, and this is never ending, which is lovely. I love it. I love it so much.
I got a feeling he could actually release them a lot faster if he gives us a financial break. That's why he waits a little bit so people can take a little break, because this guy is nonstop.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Incredible stuff.
Absolutely.
Have you heard the single "Who Wants to Be Lonely"
I did.
Jean?
I did. I loved it, man. I loved it. So, the sound, I'm a crazy guy with the sound and stuff. It sounds so great. It gives so much depth on how the song is executed. And of course, his singing is one of a kind. And I was so happy that he picked this song, to be released as part of this, again, Buffalo Rock City, another beautiful project, and the fact that it's part of that, it makes it even more special. And if I'm not mistaken, he had the chance to do a kind of a premiere of this song when he played in Mexico, in the Kiss Lounge with our friend Kiko Riojas, a big event there in Mexico. I have friends who were there, and Jean, he spent so much time with every fan, signing stuff, taking pictures, and there was a single that was sold there, a kind of a CD with I think 3 other songs, and Who Wants to Be Lonely, very special item. Love it. Plus we had the chance to have the interview with Jean, and we had such a blast, such a humble person, and so big in KISStory. I'm really happy that he jumped on this project. Love it. Have you heard it? Have you listened to it?
Of course. Of course. After our interview with him, I became a big Jean Beauvoir fan.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right away I bought his book. That's actually the next book I'm going to read. I found his album Jackknife in the wild. What an amazing 80s sounding album. Fantastic. Fantastic. And I also bought his solo album and a Plasmatics album.
Okay.
Can't stop. I can't stop. and did you know that for this single, the CD you were talking about, in Mexico they were only selling 200 copies.
Yeah.
There are only 90 copies left. It's all about 100 in Mexico. So if you go to Bandcamp, I don't know where exactly, I got to put in the comments, you can still buy a copy of that.
Okay.
And because I bought stuff before from Bandcamp, they sent me an email. I got one today or yesterday, asking if giving me the choice if I wanted to buy this. I think I'm going to buy it right after this podcast.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty like you said. It's unique. It's limited to 200. They started selling it in Mexico.
But even the cover is so cool.
Oh yeah.
Kind of asylum stuff. That was amazing.
Yeah, amazing. And I'm looking forward to Buffalo Rock City 2.
Oh yeah.
I have the CD for the first one and the album for the first one. Man, every song is a gem on that album. Those guys, man, fantastic job.
Absolutely.
Can't wait for the second. And with special guest Jean Beauvoir, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
As we always said, the really cool stuff, it's been released by the fans, man, and the quality and the dedication that these people put on their projects. It's something unbelievable. Coming from fans, we know what we want, right? So that's why you deliver the goods.
Yeah.
So last but not least, the release of our friends Ryan Spencer Cook, Jeremy Asbrook, and Philip Schaus of RCMC. So we talked about that. Did you have the chance to get a taste on that, Pask?
Okay. You know me. I don't like to complain. I like to keep things positive, but I have to say this, okay? I love the guys. I really do. And I was really excited about this project. And I heard their first single, blew me away.
Yeah, I
Just
remember
loved it.
that.
I gotta have this album. So it's being released on Lindsley Records, something like that. And I ordered it the minute it was released. And they have 3 different color variants.
Okay.
And each variant is also signed. So I bought the 3 colored variants. So I made the order, really excited, done. I get nothing, no confirmation, nothing. I'm going, okay, what's going on? So I'm checking my account. Nothing went through my account. I made the order. I know I did the order. But I'm checking, I go, okay, wait a minute. Where did I checked PayPal, I checked my credit card, I checked my debit card, nothing went through. I sent Lindsley 2 messages asking them, did you get my order? Did my order go through? Because I don't want my order to have gone through, the payment not processed yet, make a second order and I'm paying twice. I get no response. So you know what? You know what? I was gonna buy 3 albums and right now I'm buying none because I'm not even going to try to buy from them. And then I'm listening to the KISStory with Matt Porter, and he plays a single off that album. Wow, you have to listen to it. I forget the name of it, but oh my God, I was blasting it in the car. What an incredible song. Those guys can play, man. That is one rocking album. And the thing is, I hate listening to an album for the first time in streaming. I'm weird that way.
Yeah.
I want to get the hard copy first. Yeah. I don't know if you understand that. I want to get either the CD, especially
something
the vinyl
to have
first.
In your hands, right?
Right. Yeah. So then I could take that record, put it on the turntables, sit back and listen to it. Yeah. Streaming, it doesn't have the same effect, you know? And because of this mix-up with Lindsley Records or whatever they're called, I refuse to download the stream. I want the physical copy first.
Do you know if someone else went through the same hiccup there with this company that deals with the distribution? And do you know?
No,
have you seen any reviews, any comments? Say, hey, I couldn't place my order, blah blah blah. No,
I didn't see anything like that. But again, I messaged them twice. I even messaged Ryan.
Well, that's what I was gonna.
Yeah, I messaged Ryan. I never got a response either.
Okay.
You know, so it's like, okay. I would have bought 3 albums, now I'm buying none.
Oh wow.
You know, I messaged Todd Raddick from Skeleton Records, and I said, listen, are you getting any copies? If you do, I'll buy one off of you. I'll pay a little bit more. You know. Okay. But I'm sorry, I'm not going through Lindsley. I'm sorry, customer service sucks, man.
No.
Here's a fan who's dying to get this stuff. I bought 3 copies. 3.
Wow.
Now I'm buying none. Sorry, you know.
Wow.
But one way or another, I'm getting this album.
You're getting it for sure. I know.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I don't know. I'm just thinking aloud here. So maybe you should try to get in touch with either Phil or Jeremy. I don't know. Maybe Ryan, he's unreachable these days.
Yeah, I know. You know? I understand.
But it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. Wow. No, me, I didn't have the chance to either be exposed to. Well, the first song, yes, as you said, you know, amazing. I was blown away by that first cut. But then for the other stuff, I couldn't put my hands on it, so I didn't listen to it. But you know, these guys, they are superb musicians. You know, they know they rock it out. You know, and they are Kiss fans, so that's the kind of music that we love. So I'm. No hesitation that it's going to be a fantastic album. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
And it just came to me, you know, in Lindsley's defense, I've ordered from them before, and he really undercharged me for the shipping because I don't think he realized how much the shipping actually was coming in Canada, right? So I bought something. I think it was the album with Ryan. It was Ryan's album, and I paid next to nothing for shipping. And you know, they definitely lost money because it cost double or triple to ship that one album to Canada. Of course. And then he said to me, like, you know, the shipping was really cheap and it should have been more. I go, listen. He says to me, I remember him saying to me that he might not ship to Canada. I go, listen, I'm a huge fan. You have some quality stuff. I want that stuff too. Charge the shipping. Charge $20, $25, $30 for shipping. So I think when my order went through, and it was in Canada, I think maybe it was canceled because of the shipping issue. That's
Oh,
that's a possibility too.
well,
You know,
that's a glitch in their system or something. I don't know. Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
That's why if I go to a secondary market like Skeleton or
You'll
Todd,
find it.
San, I'll get
Yeah,
it. I'll get
you'll
it that way.
find it.
One way
Yeah,
or another, I'm going to get it.
you'll find it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, enough of that. um, there's also some really cool events that have been announced, including the Kiss Cancer Goodbye. And this was very recent. It was announced first on the Kiss Room with Matt Porter, the complete 1978 broadcast of Kiss Meets the Phantom, restored in HD, complete with all of the commercials. Awesome is that?
That is awesome. I can't wait, man. When I knew about that, I was like jumping like a kid, you know. Say, I cannot believe we're gonna have, you know, the movie restored complete, as you said, you know, the same way that it was originally released on TV, but this time in HD. So that's a gem, man. That's a gem for any Kiss fan. I'm telling you, I can't wait to get it. You know, that's gonna be one hell of a piece of a KISStory there, you know, just by itself. Just by itself.
And listen, the idea that Andrew Scambati's doing this, you
Oh,
know, it's going to be top quality
of
stuff.
course, of course, of course. You know, if he has his name on it, you know, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
You know, again, whatever Andrew touches, it's gold. You know, that guy really has his pulse on the Kiss fans. He knows what Kiss fans want, and to release that on the anniversary of Kiss Meets the Phantom, it's pure genius.
Yeah,
pure genius. So, Claudio, here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to have a Halloween watch party at my place.
I'm in.
So we're gonna have snacks, we're gonna have
Already.
food, and then we're gonna sit down, man, and we're gonna watch the premiere of Kiss Meets the
There you
Phantom
go.
45 years later with full commercials.
Beautiful.
And I'd like to have a Halloween episode of our show, to, if possible, to be released the next day.
Okay.
So I'm going to edit everything. I wake up in the morning, I edit everything, release it right away. What we could do is interview the people who are at my place after the viewing and get people's reactions.
Wow, there's an idea.
Yeah. And Andrew Scambati, if you're listening, I want to get you on the show so you can talk about your project. So then our Halloween special, it could be me and you, Claudia. We come on, we basically introduce the event. Andrew comes on for a good half hour to talk about this project. And after our viewing
and then
party,
the people.
We interview people at my party to give their review of it.
There's
awesome. Our Halloween special.
That's awesome, man. What a great idea, man.
Right?
I love it. I love it. I'm already in. I'm sold.
So Andrew, man, if you're listening, we want you in.
We want you in. Absolutely, man. You know, it's always a pleasure to have, you know, Andrew, and share with us his amazing projects. And this is really special, man. I love it. I
can't wait.
Oh my goodness.
I can't wait.
Great idea. I love that, man. So yeah, big party and watching the stuff and having Andrew on complete, you know, full circle.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Super cool. Super cool.
Now, you mentioned Kiss Cancer Goodbye.
Yeah.
Here's another fan, Neil. Again, everything he does, man, it's incredible. When he did Creatures Fest, one announcement after the next, after the next, after the next. It just gets bigger and bigger, more and more guests. And this is going to be no different. He's already announcing more and more guests all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And
have you seen the list? The list of the list of artists there? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. All kinds and top-notch, you know, super cool, not only musicians, but personalities and celebrities, you know. It's going to be such a blast. And having Bruce and having Ace there and playing the full Kiss Alive 3. This is unbelievable, man. What do you think about that? So I wanted to get your take on this one.
Those shows are special. You know, when Ace did his full solo album at the New Jersey Expo before the pandemic, that was so special. And now Alive 3, you know, and that's with his band too, right?
Yeah.
Those guys could do anything.
And
are excellent at anything that they do. That's going to be just incredible, you know. And you know, kudos to Bruce again, for keeping the memory of 80s Kiss alive, you know, and it just goes to show how really powerful that music is. And we have no idea of how great Kiss music truly is till it's played live.
It is true.
Right? And I really wish Kiss played more stuff live, but they don't. But here's Bruce. That's doing it.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, because what he's bringing to the fans is truly something special.
Yeah. You know, I think it takes a different dimension. You can listen to records, you know, all of the time if you wish. But for instance, what's happening with Bruce on the cruise, when you listen to those songs played live, and as you said before, you know, with the awesome band, you know, and Todd and you know, the brand, those guys, man, you can't go wrong. But they give a spin to it that it really hooks you on, and I can't imagine what it's going to be, you know, to listen to the full Alive 3, which when it was released, I remember that, you know, again, produced by Eddie Kramer and all of that, it was really, Kiss was really due for a live album. And I remember listening to those songs, you know, some of those versions, like I Was Made for Loving You, and even the final, you know, with the national anthem. Unbelievable sound, you know, the band was so tight. We talked about this many times, you know, Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick. I think they were on top of the game, and those versions of those songs, they're unbeatable for that era. They're unbeatable. You know, it sounds so big, you know, and the way they execute, and you know, what they project with those songs. It's something that, you know, seeing that live, it could be a dream for me, you know, to see those guys, you know, playing Alive 3 right in front of me.
Yeah, no, Alive 3 is an iconic live album. For the 70s Kiss, it's definitely Alive. Yeah. And for 80s Kiss, the Unmasked Kiss, oh my God, it's Alive 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and Alive 4, whatever other Alives after that, doesn't even touch Alive 3.
No.
You know? And again, like you said, Kiss was on top of their game with Revenge. And that is one of the best set lists. They played a little bit of everything, you know? And now for that to be played live again at the Kiss Cancer Goodbye, it's going to be just incredible.
Yeah.
My God, I wish I was there.
Yeah. And again, you know, just to echo what you said at the beginning, you know, Neil, another, you know, a huge Kiss fan who's fully, you know, his dedication and passion, you know, it's so well transmitted into these events. And the thing that it's a fundraising for such a good cause. You know, kudos to David, to Neil and his team, because it's not only him. You know, he always says that he has full support from other Kiss fans, you know, helping him deliver the goods in such incredible events. So Neil, you know, again, congrats on this, and wishing you the best of luck on this one.
He's gonna do fantastic, guaranteed.
Absolutely,
guaranteed. Okay, the final thing we're going to talk about, speaking of events,
yes, sir.
PETER CRISS.
Yes.
Did you see the fundraising gala he did in New Jersey to support cancer treatment, right?
Yes.
First of all, he looked amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Just amazing. He looked like a rock star.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when he played his final show in New York, and I was disappointed with his look. He looked like an old man. I'm sorry. You know, he just put on some clothes, whatever he could find, goes up on stage. No, man, looked the part. And he really looked the part at this gala. And apparently when he played, it wasn't planned at all. It was completely impromptu.
Oh, yeah?
And he goes up and he just starts playing. He sounded great. He looked great. He was having fun.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing that strikes me about Peter, is that unlike Ace, he's not getting into the BS of, you know, the infighting with Paul and Gene and he said, she said, and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
We don't hear a peep from him. He doesn't care. Why? Because he has nothing to prove, and he is so happy. And at events like this, You can see how truly
It
happy he is.
shows.
He really is. Maybe for the first time in his life,
Yeah.
he's where he belongs.
Yeah.
He's in a good place finally. And that's because of the support he has from Gigi, his family, his friends, his fans. I am so happy for Peter. And this gala really is a tribute to him and the amazing life he's lived and the amazing retirement he's living right now.
Oh yeah. You know, it is tough for me not to repeat what you just said, because I feel exactly the same. You know, seeing Peter makes me so happy. He was out of the four original, you know, members. He was my favorite. He was my favorite. You know, and I remember I don't know, because of his background and some similarities, you know, with my own family, but I feel a strong connection with him. And when I see him smiling and having fun, as you just said, it's truly, it makes my day. When I saw him on these homemade videos, you know, singing "Don't You Let Me Down" and that kind of stuff, and you know, laughing at the end and having fun. Yeah, he's in peace, man. He's in peace. I'm so happy that after, you know, a tough life, you know, early on, and then some other stuff while he was in KISS and after KISS, he's enjoying, man. And you could see by the way he played, that's the kind of music that he really loves, you know, playing, you know, big band stuff, you know, and jazz, and a mix of, you know, swing here and there. The way he was, you know, I remember seeing some of the latest footage. I don't recall when it was, but he was playing. He kind of tried to make a solo, not on this one, but maybe some months ago or a year ago, and he wasn't sounding that great. This one, man, I'm telling you, he was doing some fills, some drills that they were amazing, man. I loved it. You know, pure class, you know, pure swing, and again, being part of a good cause. Again, you know, he suffered from cancer. He beat it, thanks God, and now he's giving back. Now he's giving back, man. He's giving back to people, you know, giving hope and giving out money. Fantastic, you know. To me, that's a hell of a highlight, you know, of what happened lately.
You know, throughout the years, fans have always been saying, and even in the KISS inner circle, how difficult it was working with Peter Criss.
Yeah.
But you know what? I had the privilege of talking with Peter on the tour bus in New York City for one of the events years ago in New York, and he is a person that looks to life in what's fair and what's not fair. Yeah. You know, he's almost like innocent in that regard, you know. And he basically treats others with respect, and he wants to be treated with respect too. So when he loses it, it's because he feels disrespected. And if you were to talk to him about some of the things that happened in the past, and I understand it's his perspective and stuff, you could understand why he was bitter and why he's upset. You know, the guy's an artist, he's a musician, and he wasn't allowed to express himself musically. Do you know how frustrating that must be for him? You know, it's no kidding. He had a difficult life and a difficult time within the band, within the industry. And what we're seeing now is that life is treating him well. Yeah, it's true. Much more than the band ever treated him, or life at the rockstar life treated him. Life is treating him well, and he is happy because he's doing things that he wants to do on his own terms. I just can't be happier for him.
You know, I think this has a lot to do with, you know, when KISS announced, you know, the final shows, and all of the fans and the media, they were talking about, you know, having Peter and Ace back, you know, just to play a couple of songs in the final shows and blah blah blah. And then Doug McGee, he stepped in and he said, yeah, we had some conversations with Ace, but we didn't talk to Peter. We can't reach out to Peter. Okay. And as you were talking 2 minutes ago, I was thinking, He doesn't need that. He doesn't want to be contaminated. He doesn't want to be intoxicated again with this kind of stuff, just maybe to play 2 or 3 songs. And of course, yeah, so he can talk money and he can make a lot of money out of that. But he's not interested in doing that, you know, because the fact that he didn't even talk to Kiss about this tells you something, that he's not interested. It's not a matter of how much, you know, or how little money. It's like, I'm not interested. I'm in peace, you know, I don't need that.
Sorry, but Ace needs Kiss. It's obvious. Paul and Gene need Ace and Peter.
Yep.
Peter needs no one.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What a testament to his life and his achievements and his legacy. Really.
Oh, yeah. You know, what they did, it was great, no doubt.
Yeah.
You know, they created the foundation of the band that we love. And then they went through some stuff, they got back, but that's done. That's it, finito, that's done. So that's, let's leave it in the past. Kiss is now, you know, Paul, Gene, Tommy, and Eric, and that's how it's going to end. And, you know, wishing the best to Ace and Peter. That's it.
And what's also cool is that every once in a while, Peter does an event so that he can reach out to the fans. He's going to do a meet and greet at the New York HorrorCon at the Showboat in Atlantic City.
Beautiful.
That's going to be awesome. I wish I could see him again and, you know, sort of get a feel for what he's living now, to see the new and improved Peter Criss, the happy Peter Criss. The fans are going to be lucky to see him.
Oh yeah, and you know what, Pask, I was lucky enough to be part of what he did, Rock and Con in London, Ontario. I think it was back in 2016 or something like that, or 18, I don't recall. And I highly recommend it, that if you can go and see Peter, it's really worth it. You know, he spends time with you, he signs stuff, you know, takes a pic, you can have a chat with him. You know, it's an investment. If you're a truly Kiss fan or a Peter Criss fan, go to this event, because you will not be disappointed.
And, you know, fans are going to say, well, you paid big money for that. Of course he has to play the parts. No, he doesn't. You know, you can't fake what he does at meet and greets. It's genuine. When he gives you that hug, when he spends time talking to you, when he gets personal, that's real. You know, when I met Peter a few times, but one of the times I met him, I talked to Peter about how my father died of cancer. And you could see the genuine look of concern in his eyes, and his caring, and he gave me a hug afterwards. It was just incredible. You can't fake that.
No.
That's who he is.
No. And certainly, you know, Peter, it's impossible that he's gonna hide something, you know, because it shows, you know. We know Peter, right? So
he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Absolutely, fantastic. Well, look, Pask, let's go to round 2, man. I love this. So this was so much fun, discussing stuff that we normally do not do. We know, going through, you know, current events and news and all. But I always, even though I think I know you a lot, I'm always so excited to get your points of view of you know, things that we discussed on this episode. You have a very special twist on things and points. So loved it. And again, I hope everybody there, you know, our audience and people who are watching us on YouTube and in all of the podcast platforms, they had so much fun like we did here during this hour. So I can't wait for the next one. Thank you, Pask.
Well, no, thank you. This was a lot of fun. And, you know, I want our listeners to know, and I hope they understand that, you know, if you're doing an interview show like ours, you have to plan in advance, right? So, you know, it's hard to do current events when we have 3 or 4 episodes already lined up,
right?
Because of all of our interviews, because we can't do those interviews last minute. We have to book them, we have to prepare, we have to record, we have to edit, we have to release. There's a lot of work involved. So when we do an episode like this, we have to basically plan ahead and go, okay, we're going to do this episode on this date. So let's keep this spot open for this episode, and we're going to keep all the current events up to that point. Now, you and I talked about this before, right? It's like, do people really care what we think, right?
Yeah.
Let's focus on the guests, because that's what people really want to hear, the story of KISStory. But again, we got so many requests to do a current events episode because people want to hear what we have to say. Wow, I'm flattered. I'm flattered.
Yeah.
So Kiss Army, listen, let us know if you enjoyed this. Please let us know if you want us to continue doing current event episodes. And Claudio, we'll do a number 2. We'll do a 3. We could do one every 4 or 5 weeks. If that's what people want to hear, we could plan this out and absolutely do it.
Absolutely. And you know what, one of the beauties of this show is the, you know, how flexible and how we listen to what fans have to say. Okay, so we take into account big time what you guys have to say out there. And again, please, if we're talking about events and we're talking about the current news, and sometimes we have the tendency to maybe slip our opinion, but they are just opinions. Okay, so we're not trying here to make a point or to change your mind or anything like that. It is just opinions. And I guess, you know, people who have been with us for the longest time, you know us well, you know, by now. So we're not typical of trying to pitch or try to convince people of what they have to think. This is just what we think, what we believe. We could be right, we could be wrong. There's no right or wrong. This is just opinions.
Yeah, exactly. So once again, Kiss Army, let us know if this is something you would like us to continue, and you can guarantee your wish is our command. We'll continue doing these. Let us know what you think. You can message us at talktome@kissarmynationpodcast.com. Send a message in the comment section. Let us know what you think, guys. So once again, hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much. And remember, never stop rocking.
Take care, everyone.
If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe on YouTube or follow us on Spotify, Automatic, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to make yourself heard. Leave us a comment on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. See you all soon, Kiss Army.